from Daytona Beach, and I was going to music school in DeLand, Florida. And from there, I was studying to be a music teacher and was doing music education. And then spring break came around 2 years into university, and then was invited by just a mutual friend at a party we were at to go to New York. And then while I was in New York, I was busking and playing in the subway. And everything exploded for me once I went to New York City, even though I was still under the radar and I wasn't doing interviews like this with, a camera crew and lights. So I guess once I was in New York City, I was able to create this platform where I could travel internationally. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. For right now, when I'm playing shows, all the places that I go to are very striking just because the audience aren't necessarily my fans, but I've had the opportunity to tour with some very high-profile musicians in their own right. Thanks to Bella Union, the label that I'm signed to. I was just on tour with Beach House, and those shows were sold out for the most part. But for right now, everything's been kind of sold out, but not because of me, because of the other artists like Leanne LaHavis or Beach House or James Blake. But now it's my turn to do my own headline tour in New York City, so hopefully the Mercury Lounge on May 2nd will be sold out as well. Turn up your speakers. I know Paloma Faith and her music through association. Leanne LaHavis used to sing backing vocals for Paloma Faith. And then also Shingy of the Noisettes used to live with Paloma for a time. So now we're just in a stage in our lives where we'll actually get to meet one another instead of just hearing of one another through the grapevine or whatever. So I'll be on tour with Paloma in July and also June and July. The name of my debut album is called Land of Canaan. While I was living in Florida, I read the autobiography of Frederick Douglass, an abolitionist who was a slave that basically went to England and lived there for a little bit to escape the persecution of what was going on. And so that kind of resonated with me because I'm living abroad, not to escape anything, but just because that's where I am right now. And the fact that he's African-American and I'm African-American was a common thread. But in his autobiography, he speaks of a song that the slaves would sing, and it was, "O Canaan, sweet Canaan, I am bound to the land of Canaan." So I took those words and just expanded them and made my own lyrics. And I started using that as like my mantra while I was busking in Brooklyn and wherever, and then it developed into this song. For right now, I'll just say that the land of Canaan is an extension of the human condition. Let the radio. Egg White was really the only other producer, the only producer that I worked with. It was nice working with Egg because he has a studio within his home, so it's downstairs, and like the times of when the studio works is like, when the kids leave to go to school and when they come back. So once they're back, the session is over. So it was very homely, and it worked because Egg's father, I believe, was a violinist as well. So we had that common thread, and we were able to bring in classical motifs and mix it with like a contemporary soul Motown-ish sound to create this album, yeah. Nowadays, I bet if you don't use social media and those type of things, it's somewhat even cooler than using it. I don't know how that works for certain individuals, but for me, it's a good platform because I'm able to, transmit this interview to people in Portugal and Spain and in Italy and in Florida and all around the world simultaneously. So it helps get rid of the middleman when it comes to, sending your package or your demo or whatever off to people. You could just press send and it goes to everyone. Make me lose my way. Turn up your speaker. I'm just ready to start promoting this album, Land of Canaan, because it's been on my laptop for like 3 years. So it's time for everyone else to have it. But for the most part, I'd like to be touring at least 6 months out of the year, similar to like Erykah Badu, and interacting with people like her, and collaborating and producing for not just myself, but doing string parts for like Solange Knowles and like hanging out with the Dirty Projectors and working with them with their string parts, just being like the new Quincy Jones of this generation.
Enough to keep me from getting to you.
And right now I just have my magazine, Love is the Law. And then also I create mixtapes. And then I guess I do the modeling and the acting. But that's only because I'm young right now and I don't look too bad. I want to, already have a production company established, similar to like Beyonce and like her Parkwood Productions. Just being able to bring on other artists and sign them, and also create music videos and documentaries, and have a little thing within fashion, but kind of just be iconic, similar to like a Grace Jones or David Bowie type of thing. How they're just, when you think of them as musicians, you also think fashion for some reason, So basically to become a Renaissance man, it's the goal.